Hello, my name is Stanton Estwick, and I'm going to be doing a review of the methodology created by sociologist Orlando Fals Borda. Very interesting figure in terms of the work that I want to do and the kind of research that he helped to foster for today. So, a little bit of background on Orlando, or I'll call him Fals Borda. He's from Barranquilla, which is pictured in the map on the bottom right corner here in Colombia. As you can see, it's on the coastal Caribbean Sea. That's going to be a little bit important later on. I'll explain. But he ended up doing his research and his studies in college in America. So he went to the University of Minnesota for graduate school, and then he got his doctorate from the University of Florida. After which, he decided to go back to Colombia. So he worked at the National University of Colombia for about 20 years in the capital, in Bogota. He felt at that time, though, that, it was pretty elitist, and he wanted to help people, right? That was his whole idea. So social justice was in his in his mind and his heart. And he decided, along with the help of the people that I listed on the left there, Gonzalo Castillo, Augusto Libreros, and a journalist, Victory Daniel Bonilla, they started the Circle of Research and Social Action. And it was actually funded by the United States Presbyterian Church because they were all Presbyterian. So they went back to his, close to where he's from, in Monteria, right? They founded a research team there, the Fundación del Caribe, right? And they worked with the ANUG, the National Association of Peasant Users. He really wanted to use what he called the people's knowledge, right? So he wanted to reconceptualize research, right? And he used a couple of different concepts that underlie the research. He used participation, critical recovery, and systematic devolution, right? So participation obviously is just getting the people involved. The critical recovery is actually pictured on the left hand of the screen here. He used comics, right, in order to show them how grassroots organizations rallied and lobbied in the past, in order so that those people could see that for themselves. Instead of having it being told to them, they could see it in the comic. And then he shared it using the devolution, right? One of the three concepts of his research. This turned out to be very successful in terms of how the people responded to it. Even though the Fundación del Caribe would close its doors in 1975, what he founded there is something called participatory action research. And that's used today in a lot of different studies, especially in higher education, that I came across. And he's renowned for his work on the field. He's basically considered like one of the pioneers of participatory action research. The idea is that you use people's knowledge to help invigorate social justice issues, and so that they can work, and that their knowledge is what drives the research. And it's no, fixed set of issues or sort of guidelines. It's all dependent upon the situation and the methodology. There's a book called Participatory Action Research for Educational Leadership, Using Data-Driven Decision-Making to Improve Schools. They credit Kurt Lewin and Fals Borda as the fathers of participatory action research. And a study that I found that was really good on this was done by Rachel Bland, who did it in her class at the University of San Francisco. She actually did a participatory action research study on food insecurity in colleges. And it was really successful. She used the students, and they formed a grassroots sort of, upbringing, and allowed for the students to show that they can be a community and they can fight food insecurity themselves. But she used Fals Borda's method, and it's really impressive. There's so many other different examples of it, but I myself plan on using the PAR, the participatory action research, in my research going forward as well. Thank you very much.